start with the word joy. And I'm going to turn it into a butterfly. And I was speaking to a few of my friends and asking them recently about who, if they have any specific words, manifestos, ideas for the coming year. And it's a one with a lot of insecurity and uncertainty, I should say. And you have to find calmness and positivity in small things. And I was mentioning in my survey, and thank you so much for people filling in the survey, or the email that came with the survey, I should say. I mentioned about glimmers and micro joys and finding time to be mindful and to just sort of be in that moment and enjoying little things. And one of the aims with Caloric Combo really is to embrace creativity, to create a creative habit. And it could be the smallest thing. And if it is something where you just paint a word, fill it in colors, or you turn a word into a butterfly, a flower, a shape, an abstract shape, it need not be complicated. But just that action of doing something that is creative, making time for it, creating a little bit of space, is something I think is really positive, will have positive benefits. When you create with your hands, it's good for your heart. It is good for your soul. It's just good to do something, to actively create something. It need not be, obviously, art. People do other things as well. But this is one way of manifesting something that is a wish. And you can do it under 15 minutes. It's not like baking a cake or, having to go and garden and plant things. I mean, that's all really good as well, obviously. But this is something you can do at any point. You can decide to not just watch something on TV or regular entertainment or Netflix or whatever, and just spend that time doing something that is just a playful action, a creative action. And that's my goal. I haven't been able to do exactly each and every Caloric Combo on time. I've done them all. I've used them in artworks, but my life got a bit busy at times, and I hope in this year to make time for just these little moments of looking at color, engaging with color, and playing, creative playtime. So again, thank you for everyone who's completed the survey. It's really insightful to me. It's valuable. I've never sent out a survey before. And I thought at the end of this year, because I wanted to make some changes, I thought it would be good to get some feedback on how you found Caloric Combo. And as I mentioned, it's something that sometimes can take a lot of time to put it together. And because I had this format of art, finding colors in artworks by artists, that worked, but I want to bring in some changes and leave room for the unexpected, and just create sometimes on a whim and without everything having to be researched and presented in that way. It will still happen, obviously I will still find colors in paintings, but I'm going to, as I say, make the door open a little bit more and think a little bit outside the box, and find colors in other places as well. That is actually what I used to do. At one point on Instagram, I used to find something on a walk, and that would be my inspiration. So I'm going to keep my eyes open in different ways to find the Calori combo colors. I'll still share colors weekly, and sometimes I might actually curate those colors to have them from colors that I think work well, that are tried and tested colors, or colors that are a little bit tricky, colors from my palette, my own my box of colors, I should say, for my swatches, to bring in a little bit of surprise and fun. So watch this space. And the other thing that I mentioned is I'd like to do more live sessions this year, and I am structuring my schedule and my program to make more time to allow for this. I mentioned that I'm just doing one European retreat in the coming year, in the summer. That's all I have on the cards at the moment. I'm not planning to do another one this year, certainly not a big retreat. And the one happening in Portugal is slap bang in middle of July. And I'm really looking forward to that. So if you're interested in exploring landscapes in particular, this will be the first retreat where I have a dedicated landscape theme, and it's abstract landscapes, looking at colors, color moods, and creating semi-abstract artworks in a variety of processes, using mixed media along with acrylic. There will be a bit of collage, so it's really looking at options to create simplified, I should say, and semi-abstract landscapes. We'll be doing day trips to different locations, from a medieval village called Obidos, where there's a castle, and then to a visit to the coast. And we'll have plenty of time for making, dedicated studio, so people can make in their own time. And this will be a retreat where you have time to create after normal hours, I should say, if you so please. And I think it will just be wonderful to hang out with other creatives, fellow creatives. And I think it's 2/3 booked. So the people who are coming have been on previous retreats, most of them. And it will be lovely to see them and just hang out and make art. It's such a privilege and a joy to be able to do that. It really is a highlight for me to meet people, meet students in real life, and just create, work, play together, and explore possibilities. I'm just going to let this dry for a second before I work on it. So I'm just going to give it a second to properly dry and then add more detail. Okay, it has now dried, the bulk of the colors, and I'm adding a few details. I've actually repeated the word joy in my butterfly. And I'm just adding more marks and lines. Give it actual eyes so it doesn't look so spooky. It looks a bit cross, so make the head a bit rounder. I'm going to take out most of the white that's still in it. I'm going to do that with this the reddish color. It's just the alizarin crimson. It's a good idea to work in a sketchbook and do that as a process as well, as that is helpful to create the routine, the habit of making art. And then when you have more time, or you specifically like a color or what you've worked in, then create something bigger. But it's a good idea to just make small art in a sketchbook and start small. Those little daily habits, or then weekly habits, or catching up once a month habit, if that is how it works for you, then that's good. But it's sometimes nice just to have a simple topic. One will probably get really fed up with butterflies after a while, but something like insects or butterflies, or just simple shapes incorporating specific shapes, saying a circle, a triangle, a square, just something like that. It need not be complicated, and start somewhere and then just play. And if you run out of time or need to do something else, you can leave it and take it up again at a later stage. What I do as an artist and a designer is I use these little sketches, if you wish, these little artworks, in a way that it will be scanned and can be used as a textile design. It's part of a pattern at a later time. So there's a reason to do them as well for me in that way. It has a function, but the primary purpose really is color, playing with color, and creating something that is specific to a prompt. So I'm just going to add a few little dots, and that will be my little joy butterfly, the last prompt and project of 2024. Thanks for watching.